YouTube. We're back with another live stream here, Central European time, 9 o'clock, as every day. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's live stream with the phenomenal Martin Miller. But first, let's play the jingle.
It's Benny's live stream. Broadcasting live every night, 9 p.m. Central European time.
Every night. Yep. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're still healthy. I hope you having a good time. I hope you see me. I hope you hear me. And I hope you're gonna enjoy what we're gonna do tonight. So I actually thought that I would continue working on the song that we created, but I took the entire day to work on something. So let me first talk about what I did the last couple days. So I did a couple mixes, like mixing jobs that I was supposed to finish, and I was shooting some mixing tutorials along with that. So I basically recorded just like we are doing here in the live stream. So I recorded my screen, I recorded my voice, video shoot my face and the screen. So yeah, that was a lot of fun, and this was actually like the very first mixing tutorial that I shot, and so I thought it would be really nice to share this process with you guys, because you've been so cool ever since I started these live streams, and you've been following me already for, I don't know, it's more than a month now, and I'm still very new to this. By the way, how do you like my new look? Is that cool? This is the first time I'm shooting with 24 millimeters. I think that's a much better look. And also I integrated some color balance. I think it's really nice, right? Let me know in the comments what you think. So I'm still growing, and I'm still enjoying this process of checking out everything there is about this live stream, about this video setup. It's actually the first time I really took the time to really check out and dig deeper into photography and video shooting and all that kind of stuff. I didn't really know anything at all about this, and I'm slowly growing, I guess, and I'm really obsessed with photography these days. So I got myself a new lens, the lens you're watching me through right now, with the beautiful 24 millimeters view, and I really dig how it looks right now. So I think this is going to be my final look now. Is that cool? I'm cool, I think. Yeah. All right. So let's give a round of applause to myself. Yeah. Thank you. I'm used to like having intermediate, no, not intermediate, like how do you call it? Like, you know what I mean. Having a reaction of a crowd sitting in front of me. I'm used to that. I'm missing that. I haven't been on stage for more than a month. That never ever happened in my professional career. Never, ever. Never, ever, and ever. No, not at all. And I'm really missing it. So, but otherwise, I probably would have not started with these live streams. So there's always a good side, and we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. There's always a good side in everything that happens, and I think I'm a person who strongly believes into in like everything happens for a reason kind of philosophy. So I think we might as well take the chances out of this crisis that we're facing, like globally right now, and make the best out of it. So now is a really good time to skill up at something that you always wanted to skill up, or to develop a I don't know, a new hobby or something that you really believe in or that you always wanted to do, and now you finally find some time to actually do it. And same goes with me for these live streams. I've always wanted to make these live streams. I've always wanted to put out videos and to produce videos, and always wanted to check out how to color grade, how to cut in Final Cut or Adobe or whatever you're using. So I wanted to do all that for years, and now I finally just did it. And I want to share this result with you today, because I'm actually really proud of it. So first, let me play what I produced today, just exclusively for you here on YouTube Live and Instagram Live. And once again, as always, go to my bio on Instagram and check the link. Because on YouTube, you have much better sound quality, much better video quality as well. And you can watch me do some stuff on the screen. We're going to share some cool jingles like this one. Oh, my bad. Here we go. Hey!
It's Benny.
Here we go.
Benny's Livestream. Broadcasting live every night, 9 p.m. Central European Time.
Right. And I can make some funny stuff like make sure you subscribe to my channel. Wait. It doesn't work. Why is it not working? That's really strange. I think. Oh, okay. I see. So here we go. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I just put it into a different folder. That's why it didn't work in the first place. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell if you want to be notified as soon as I announce a new live stream or put out a new video, which is gonna happen very, very soon. So I want to produce some more videos, also not only live streams. I want to keep up with the live streams, of course, but I want to also produce some produced videos as well. So and I actually just started today, so I want to share this with you very, very exclusively. And here you go. Have fun. Hi, my name is Benny Judd. Welcome to my little home studio tour. I want to give you a little insight into the equipment that I use, mainly. Sorry, I know that the tone was muted. Hi, my name is Benny Judd. Welcome to my little home studio tour. I want to give you a little insight into the equipment that I use, mainly for mixing as well as recording. I like to call this place my little cave. Almost every piece of music that I created within the last years was created right here. It's very important to have a spot where you feel at home, where you feel comfortable, where you can let the creative flow happen. I like to switch between multiple sets of speakers, like my Genelecs and the Yamahas. Most people know me for bass recordings, either through my Avalon U5 or an amplifier. I use Apollo interfaces from Universal Audio, 8 and 16 in my rack, and a twin on my desk. I like to listen back to my mix before I send it out on a kitchen radio and the trusty SoundLink 2 from Bose. Of course, I'm listening back on earbuds too, because that's the way most people listen to music these days. I'm happy that I'm using the best of both worlds, and I'm in love with the hybrid setup. Being able to bring in some outboard color like an SSL EQ into the DAW is a very powerful tool. With everything hooked up to a patch bay, it's getting really easy to access all of the outboard gear. A studio environment doesn't need to be perfect. It should be perfect for you. It should inspire you in every way. And you should make sure you got your feng shui right. Because I guess you're spending quite some hours here, right? I feel at home at this place. It works for me. Maybe only for me. But that's alright. Because I just want to put out great music. Music that's listenable and enjoyable. Thank you. How did you like it? Let me know in the comments. So, this is what I produced today. And I'm actually really proud of this. Yep. It's like my first produced video that's going to be on YouTube. I think I'm uploading it right after this live stream. So you're like the very first people to actually see this studio tour. And I want to give you even more insight into this studio right here. I want to show you a little bit today of what this setup looks like here, how I actually did all of these technically, so you can so you can hear me, you can see me at the same time, you can hear all that fancy stuff I do, like the honk or my jingle.
It's Benny.
That's a thing that's really cool. And I want to show you just a little bit of what this looks like and what I've been through over the past couple of weeks to develop all these skills, because that was really challenging in some way. And also, this studio tour is going to be the very first video of my mixing tutorial that I want to offer you guys very soon. It's the first of many mixing tutorials that I want to offer online. So I will put up a little store on my website very soon, and you can just download like the multi-tracks, and you can mix along, or you can just watch it for your own enjoyment. And I'm also gonna do a whole different series. I wanna invite somebody tomorrow to talk with me about how we're actually able to make the best out of this situation, and how we're able to stay sane and to just do what we can to at least enjoy this situation a little bit that we have right now. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's gonna be really cool too. And yeah, so let's jump right in. Let me take my camera. Ooh. I shall never took the camera out of the tripod ever since we started these live streams, I guess. So here we go. Let me turn off my gate. Okay, now you can hear me a little better, I guess. Okay, so first off, I'm working with the iMac Pro. I bought that in 2018, I guess. Here we go. Autofocus is a little slow, so I go to manual focus. Yeah, this is like my workhorse from the computer side of things. And up above over that, I have a second screen, which is an HP Envy. It's a very large screen, and also has a set of speakers at its sides, so I can actually just listen back to my mixes through those speakers as well. Because, as I said in this studio tour, I like to listen back to all my mixes before I send them out on multiple systems, just to make sure I'm just about right with my mix balance. So yeah, and I was talking about these guys as well. These are my Genelex 8351s. These are like the best speakers I ever owned, and also the most expensive ones, I gotta say. But they're definitely worth every cent that I paid for them. They're super, super natural speakers. Let me put up the ISO a little bit. Here we go, so you can actually see it a little better. Okay, I can't change the ISO. Why can't I change the ISO? Give me a sec. I'll be right back. Huh? Okay, it doesn't work, so I think I'm gonna just put on a light. Just a second. Again, this is all live. You know me for being all live. Here we go. So I put on a beautiful ring light. We can actually have it a little brighter. Okay, so these are my Genelecs 8351s. I just love these speakers, and I told the story before. I heard them at NAMM 17, right before I put up my first record, Honesty. And I was blown away by these speakers. They just sounded amazing at the booth, and I got hooked up immediately. So I never want to change them again. I'm really happy with them. Next to my Genelecs are the classics NS10, and I run them with a Behringer amplifier down here. So these are passive speakers. I get them hooked up to this amplifier right here. Next in line are my HS80Ms. I just love these speakers because they sound so natural and also so hyped at the same time. So every balance that I make with these speakers is very, very very well translating to the outer world, as we say. And yeah, I love to have them. These were my first set of professional speakers, I gotta say. And I don't want to ever miss them. Okay, next in line for mixing. So up here you can see my LED light. It's just in a darker shade today because I changed the light setting a bit, and also I just put it on the speaker because my stand is actually not really good. So I was having some troubles to get the light into the position where I actually want it to be. Okay, next in line for speakers is this guy right here. It's a kitchen radio, basically, from Sony. I bought this like 5 years ago or so. I can't remember even. And this is hooked up to my Apollo Twin right here. So I can easily just put the mix on the headphones, like on the headphones out right here. And I can listen back to the mix through the Sony kitchen radio. And this is really, really, really honest, because if your mix is having a problem, you hear it there for sure. And it's also a lot of fun to challenge yourself, make it sound good on everything that you use. Next thing that you saw in the video as well is this Bose SoundLink 2. It's a boombox, and it's really, really remarkable sounding. I love it, and it's so much fun to listen to music, but it's also a lot of fun to mix some music through this thing. So this is a major, major reference point because so many people are listening through these kind of things. Okay, I talked about this in the video as well, and you can rewatch it right after this live stream. But down here are my Apollos, my rack Apollos. The upper one is a Universal Audio Apollo 8, and down right beneath that Apollo 8 is an Apollo 16 that basically runs all the I/O of my studio setup. This is my tripod right here, my Gorilla type tripod. Here's the patch bay. So I got all my hardware hooked up to the patch bay. And this used to be a lot more. So I had like some Pultec style EQs, had a bunch of more other EQs and compressors, but I barely used them. So I ended up selling a lot of stuff. And yeah, so this is like the most essential hardware stuff that I own right now. And I actually use it on every mix. So I wanted this to be the case. Right here, you can see an infinite kind of image that we can create. Cool, huh? The right rack shows my my SSL Minx rack. It's an X rack. It's not the 500 series. People mix that up quite often. These are actually a little taller, and you have some nice stuff like recallability that you can control with this knob right here, and I only had the money for 3 EQs, so that's how this came to be. Better Ride hits, Get Rich and Famous If You Want to Fill Me Up, Dumbass. So still didn't work out so far, so unfortunately there's only 3 EQs yet, but 2 mono Black Series and 1 silver from the 9000 series as a stereo EQ. Next up, this is my preamplifier. It's a Siemens. It's a very, very vintage sounding preamplifier, but it's amazing, especially with my U87. This is a Philtech compressor. Sometimes I use it with vocals too. Sometimes I don't use it at all. Sometimes I just use it as a de-esser because it has a built-in de-esser, which works really fine. But yeah, other than that, this one is not active a lot. Up here is a Hardkey preamplifier for a bass. Hardly use it, but it's a very, very clean tune. Very, very clean sounding amp. And yeah, it's beautiful. I just kept it in my rack forever. And it's hooked up whenever I want to record something really, really clean. Next in line is my Radio Man, and I got this from eBay. There's a guy in northern Germany that builds these guys, Radio Man, and these are basically like SSL style compressors, stereo compressors. They sound amazing. They're unbelievably transparent. They're fast, they're fat, and I put them on every mix. So this is basically my mix chain. Right here, I got the SSL 9000 series stereo EQ that feeds the compressor, and from the compressor I go back into the DAW. And this is basically my mix bus chain that I run my mix through, and I mix through this. So I get the analog sound right away. Cool, so that was a lot of audio stuff, but I actually wanted to talk about the studio tour that I filmed today, right? So I basically took this camera that I have in my hands right now, and I put on some of my lenses. I think I shot most of the footage with this 50 millimeters here. Let me turn on autofocus for a sec. So most of the stuff I did with this Canon 50 millimeters here. It's a very inexpensive lens. I didn't really know how great it was until I started shooting videos at all. And I just recently got this beautiful lens right here. It's a Volimax Pro Cine. Here we go. Oh, autofocus is not good with this one. I'm shooting with a 24 millimeters at the moment from Canon 2. Also very inexpensive, but the autofocus is really slow. This is a 35 millimeters lens. I really, really love the look of it. I just got it today, and I'm taking like, I don't know, a photo every minute ever since this arrived at our place. but it's also wonderful for video shooting. So I did most of the footage of the studio tour with my 50 millimeters lens. So let me put back the camera on the tripod. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. That was nice. I never did that before, right? Applause for me. Thank you. Yeah, so I wanted to show you what I did with the footage. So let me share my screen here. And let's open Final Cut. Leave a comment if you're using some kind of cutting software and what are your experience with the cutting softwares, because there's some major differences, I guess, between all those cutting softwares. And I just use Final Cut because it's very inexpensive and I'm on a Mac, so I want to integrate Logic as much as possible since I'm working with Logic. I need to plug in my hard drive real quick, just a sec. Here we are. Okay, let me enable my gate. Hey, so you guys don't hear some echoes going on. Okay, let me open Final Cut. And let me say hi to everybody who's there. Mimruelas, hey, nice to see you. Lars, great to see you. Jan, of course. You're the best. Ricardo, thank you so much. JR is back. Anna is back too. Hey, Anna. And Andri is new. Welcome to my live stream. Great to see you. All right, so here we are in Final Cut, and let me just, we're not in Final Cut yet, sorry. We just open the right file. Here we go. Studio Tour. I like to put everything into a library in Final Cut, so it's separated. I just don't like the structure of the files in Final Cut a lot. It's very, I don't know. I'm having a hard time to get used to that. Okay, but what I like about Final Cut is that you can get really, really fast with editing, and I think you can get pretty fast on every cutting software. But I just thought, why not learn Final Cut a little deeper? And so I just did that. So what I did, and let's pretend I didn't have any project. So let me just open a new project, and I want to show you how I actually run through the process. So here you can see all the raw footage. Let me, is it a little wider? Here you can see all the raw footage that I filmed. I was even on the phone with my brother. That was funny. So I I literally took some shots while I was on the phone. The U87 as a main source. And I was talking along with that because I thought it was a smart thing to do, since I wanted to talk over it anyway, and I wanted to do some voiceovers. So I just wanted to talk because I wanted to get a feel for the length of the phrases that I want to shoot. But I don't know. If I would do it again, I might as well make it the other way around. So I just record anything I want to say first, and then I can support what I say with the images I can create very very planned. So I can plan out all the images that I want to create. This was kind of randomly shot. Whatever looked good, I just shot some video footage of it and put it together afterwards. Maybe I should have laid out the talk first, so I can actually have a red line of story going through this video. Hey Mike, great you're back. Watching and practicing. Wow. Okay, so as you see, here's the raw footage. Just me fooling around with the camera. Sometimes I use 60 FPS. Sometimes I used 24. This obviously is with 60. So I can make some cool slow motion stuff, which I didn't end up doing, but nice to have. Yep, I just love how that looks. And so basically, I've been running through all this footage here. I even did shoot on my espresso coming out. Oh, by the way, today I had cappuccino with soy milk. It's really good. I prefer soy milk these days with a little shot of vanilla syrup. Very good. No espresso today, but cappuccino. Okay, so I basically run through this footage. And what I like about Final Cut is you can work with shortcuts very easily. I guess you can do that in every cutting software, but with this especially, it's very fast. So I can use I as I jump into the video, and then I can just let it play. And then I can decide to stop it and say O, because I want to jump out of the video at this point. And then I put E as I want to, integrate this into my video feed. And now I created this little cut right here. So I can actually let the footage play, and I can easily just cut the pieces out that I want to use on my main stream. So here we go. Try that. Oh. So that was when I was talking to my brother. So here we go.
Okay.
I was talking still. Here. Okay, I don't want that. So I hit I again, and it immediately sets a new insert point. I was still adjusting the camera. Yeah, that looks good. O. I can go even further than that. So I take O right here and E again. So I got this whole cut in my main stream now. Talk about this. No. I wait till it's sharp. Here we go. Okay, that's enough. O, E. Boom. And I can make a really, really fast cut of things with this technique. So better learn your shortcuts. It's definitely worth it. Let me try that. Oh, boom. That's cool. I don't know. Maybe an Apollo. Here we go. Enough. Oh, right. Cool. Patch Bay. Boom. Sharpen.
I really
boom.
like the Samsung Patch Bay for any kind of I/O.
O, E. Boom. SSLs. I. No. Wait till it's sharp. I. Oh. Boom. Shortcut. And I like this one here. It blurs so well. Boom. I. Nice. Oh. Here we go. E. And we basically already did some cuts right here. For the music, I used a beat that I created a couple of weeks ago. So I just want to pull down all the audio. And then I might just drop this beat, drag and drop this beat in. Oops. Oh gosh. Here we go. Boom. Here we go. Nice, huh? Is that cool, right? So we already created, like, I don't know, 40 seconds of content. And that's so much fun. And I want to show you another technique for Final Cut, which is really, really cool. You can actually cut while you're watching the video. So you just need an orientation point. And what I usually do is I don't put these guys on my main track. I rather go for a generator. I just enter black right here. So I always know if I don't put video on something, it's always going to turn back to black. So, and I can just put these guys under above this. So I have a lot more flexibility with the cuts that I want to make. Okay, so what happens now if I use Command and B, which is going to be Command and B right here, those two keys, yeah? So I want to set some markers where I want to have the cuts, just randomly, and of course I want to adjust them later as well, but just from your intuition, you go ahead, play back with the beat, of course. So I want to integrate the beat again. By the way, how do you like the beat? I think it's one of the best beats I ever created, and it was so much fun. And I want Jenny to sing on that. That's why I call it Jenny Marsala Jam. I really want her to sing on that because it fits perfectly. It matches her style. Okay, here we go. Just let it play, and I hit Command and B whenever I want to set a cut, just intentionally. Go with the beat. Faster. Lower. Okay, so this is just an example. So what I can do now is I can use these markers here to be my guiding line for my cuts, which is going to be really cool and very, very fast because I can now just adjust all my cuts to the cuts we made into into the to the black generator. So here, so we don't have anything. I just switch up. Maybe the cut doesn't make sense now, like from its content, but I just want to show you this technique in order to speed up your processes. Here we go. Of course, you always look back into the cuts if they make sense in the context. Okay, so I need a couple more. Let's just, I don't know, like this. This is a beautiful shot, I think. Like the mirroring of the lamp on the desk. Looks beautiful, right? Boom, E. So it's back here. Can now use it to fill up the gaps. Boom. It's so easy. That up. So why not take one last one? Oh yeah, this is a beautiful shot too. This is my perfume, my cologne. Okay, cool. So I always put down in the title of the video in which frames per second I shot this this particular video, so I know where I can apply some slow-mo and where not, because sometimes I just shoot with 24 frames per second because it has this cinematic look, and sometimes I just shoot with 50 frames per second because I want to know I know that I want to use something as a slow-mo shot or not. And I think it's very, very useful if you plan your shots in advance, so you can actually plan where you want to apply slow-mo, and you just end up not using that much time to shoot a video. And this is what I just learned from this experience today, that I'm very much capable of shooting a video in less than 2 or 3 hours. If I completely finishing a product if you know what you do. And this is like I don't know, like almost 3-minute video. And I don't think it's getting boring or so. So the image are really, really good. And so I can't encourage you enough to try that out. Just plan your shots and go one after the other. You can always fill it up with some, I don't know, some blur lights or whatever, or some stock footage or whatever you want. But know which shots are the most important and go for them right away. So here we go. This is our cut at the moment. Let me go full screen so you can have the whole experience. Why can't I? Oh, here we go. Beginning. Is that cool? I think that's really cool. So I want to make sure. So every cut is on a beat, and even like the faster cuts right here. Boom, 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 are on a beat, and I think that separates the boys from the men, and the girls from the women. So if you are going to cut a video, make sure you cut along with the music, especially in a situation like this where you introduce something musical. I think that's very important. So I want to make sure I want a cool transition into when the beat drops in. So this needs to be smacking, right? And I love these time warps here. Aha, so cool. So immediately you have this smack to it. And I maybe go for it. I love stuff like that. And you maybe even wanna... No, we keep it like that for the sec. And okay, so what else is left to do? We need to color grade, right? So I want to show you something, and I will put this down in the description below because I think it's a really, really handy tool as well. I got something in my titles right here called Adjustment Layer, and you can actually download this for free. And it basically is a layer that you can put on the whole video, just like that. Boom. And you can apply like any kind of video editing, color grading, LUTs that you have, and it will be applied to the length of this adjustment layer right here. So what I did, I don't know if you saw my Instagram story a couple days ago when I was filming myself about the track that we are creating together right now, right? We're a team. We're creating a song together. Yeah, you're on my track. And if you want to be on the track, go back like, I don't know, 2 videos and find the link in the description. There's a Dropbox link where you can download the MP3 and you can be a part of our massive online community choir here of Benny's Livestream. Here we go.
It's Benny.
Right?
Benny,
This live stream? Yep. You can join the massive online choir and be a part of that. Just go ahead. I don't know. It's like two videos before this one. And you can download the MP3 and just sing along. You can record it through your phone and send it to info@bennijud.com. Yeah, I'll link everything in the description below. So if you want to join the choir, let me know. Send in the files and you'll be inserted. Just like some of the people watching right now are in the choir. Is that cool? Okay, back to the video. So I just put in this adjustment layer right here. And as I said, I made this. Oops. I just realized my battery was dying, so I'm gonna change the battery real quick. Here we are, back on Canon in a second. Okay, while the Canon is still loading, we're gonna be here in the video again. So as you see, I put this adjustment layer over the entire length of the video. And what I wanted to say with the story that I did, I created myself a little template with the effects that I like, right? So let me show you what I got inside of these effects right here. First, let me camera again. Okay, Canon doesn't want to work. Okay, we can finish the video with the webcam as well. Doesn't matter. Okay, so I applied this preset that I made for myself called BENNI Vintage Style. Cool, huh? To the entire video. And as you see, there's some difficulties with the light, so maybe we need to dig into some of the clips and do a little like lighting adjustments. But other than that, this works beautifully. And I just want to show you what I got inserted in this effect template. So a little bit of color adjustment, a little bit of red reduction. Then we got something called Filmkörnung auf Deutsch in German. I don't actually know. It makes the video look pretty old. So you can have some white noise. White noise. I think it's called white noise. So you can actually set the realistic grain. Here we go. You can either call it noise or grain, I guess. So you can actually adjust the amount of that. Another color adjustment, just a little more red and yellow reduction. After that, I have a projector, which is like those small images, like a I don't know what is this? What is this called in English? Not my mother language. I never really needed that word before. Oh, diascope. I didn't know that. Okay, so diascope. Nice. Every day you can learn something, right? Okay, diascope. You can also set the amount of that. So see that? That changes the image pretty drastically. So I kept it at a very reasonable level. Same goes with the grain and noise. So you can go very heavy on that, but I don't want it to be that heavy. So I put it down a little bit. And then I inserted an LUT, and I just got these a couple days ago, and I really, really like them. They're really nice. It's called LS. It's a LUT store. Go check them out online. You can get free examples, and you can use them. Check it out without the LUT and with the LUT. So it's another color balance inserted, and this does a lot. Last but not least, I did adjust a little bit of the scale, and that's basically it from the effects side. So let's check that out. How does it look right now? Beautiful, right? And I even got the camera going again. I think this is a very cool way to easily create a video and some cool content, even with some cool transition effects and stuff like that. I think this is a very, very powerful tool. Final Cut is very inexpensive. It's definitely worth it. And you should also, if you want to create content, you should also be checking out a lot of the LUTs out there. There's some great packages from pros out there that offer them for a very reasonable price, and you can take your footage to a next level. And I think I wanna stick to this kind of look in my upcoming videos, just the same as this look that you're seeing right now. I really like this, and I can actually use those LUTs with Ecamm Live that I'm using for streaming live here on YouTube, and I can just insert them into this amplification and this amplification. I'm so used to say amplification, so I mixed that up. This application, I'm sorry. And use this LUT while streaming to the internet. How great is that? I mean, I'm in love with technology. I've been in love with technology all my life, but at the moment I'm super obsessed with technology, as you probably can tell. And this is just beautiful. So this said, I think there's no excuses for not shooting great content. You can create content like this with your smartphones. You can create content with this, like this, with your system cameras, with your DSLRs. Just be creative. And I mean, if you work with a strong filter and strong effects like I did in this video right here, you don't need to have like the very best camera. I think the images are very important, and you need to know what you wanted to express with those images. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I could actually give you some inspiration in creating something these days, because I think it's very important to create something in order to stay sane during quarantine. The last thing I wanted to show you today is how I actually stream live. So I got this thing called Ecamm Live. Ecamm Live is a wonderful application that I just discovered through the internet when I was searching for a streaming service, and in order to make these live streams possible. So Ecamm just popped up, and I really took some time to work it out for myself. And my audio setup is quite interesting, I guess. And I want to show you one more time with the camera. Oops. So here we are. This is my Apollo Twin. You saw it in the video as well. And actually, I'm using the Apollo Twin as a control surface for my monitors. I regularly take out the Apollo when I'm on the road. So I use it for bass sound. I use it for all kinds of stuff, basically. But it's like my mobile recording device. Also had it with me in the US last year and did record all my Instagram videos with this. So it's just a beautiful piece of equipment, very versatile. And you can do all kinds of stuff with that. So because I have my rec Apollos down here, I actually don't need this for I/O. I have enough inputs and outputs, but I do control my monitors with this. So as you see, I'm turning the wheel right here, and it actually turns the wheel right here too. And this is where the main monitors are hooked up. But, however, I'm using this Apollo Twin to control my live stream. I'm running out of a headphone auxiliary in my DAW, in my software here, and this one is called Console. This one's with all Apollo interfaces. Here we go. Looks like this. And I also cut down the layout of this just to have everything easy to be overviewed. So here we go. This is my channel that I'm talking through right now. So I can easily put in a channel strip to have my gate going on right here. So whenever I'm not talking, the gate closes. Just like that. And I can adjust the levels. I can use live auto tune a little bit. And I'm feeding this little guy right here, Q3. And this is what you guys are hearing. This is the auxiliary that you guys are hearing. And as you can see, I'm talking into this microphone right here, and it's actually coming out here. How did that happen? So I actually converted this auxiliary Q3 into my analog outputs, which are right here. So I can mirror that to line 3 and 4 of my Apollo Twin. Right? That's really cool. So I can choose, you can either hear my Q3 mix, or you can hear the mix, you can hear the mono, and that's very, very handy. So what it basically does is it mirrors all the settings that I do in the Q3 auxiliary right here in my console. So for example, I put in my voice, I put in logic feed, I put in my computer feed, and all of this is running into the analog ins of my Apollo 8. So I'm going out of my Apollo Twin analog, these guys right here. Remember, I just mirrored them to output 3 and 4 of my Apollo Twin. And I'm basically run them back into the patch bay, into the jungle of patch bay. And it's actually those two. They're going into the inputs of my main sound card, which is the Apollo 8 down here. And you can see the lights are shining right here every time I speak. So we have analog input again. And the beauty of Ecamm Live is that I can stream in stereo. And I've been missing that with all the other streaming services, especially on Instagram, where I started my live stream. And just to be sure, I've put on a compressor, a stereo compressor on this feed, so you guys can actually hear me like radio ready, compressed, nice, and with a controlled level. I know this is kind of like a complicated setup, but at the same time it's so powerful because it's very versatile. I can use every input that I have and just let you hear what I hear, and that's really, really cool. Just treat you as if you were having headphones in the studio and I wanted to create a headphone mix for you. And this is basically what I do. So I can even put in some reverb down here. I can just send them back into what you guys are hearing. Is that cool? So let me give you an example. One last example. I will send my voice to let's say a reverb. Enable the reverb right here. These are my effects returns. I'm still dealing with the focus here. And now I can send the reverb to you guys, and you should be hearing a lot of reverb now. Hey, haha, right? It's nasty, but it's very powerful. So, for example, if I do my live concerts, this is a very handy tool. And now that I revealed all my secrets for live streaming, I'm sure everybody of you is gonna do a live stream and be my partner in crime here on YouTube. So I hope this was a very inspiring piece of information for you today. I know it's been a lot of information, but here we go. I think in a live format, it's kind of something special, because whenever I watch somebody on YouTube, they run through the process very fast, and it's actually very interesting to follow along the thought process of something. And that's my main idea with these live streams overall. So I want to have you see the process of making records. Want you to see the process of growing into something and actually developing a skill and overcome obstacles that are on your way. And it's important to count with, or actually like to wait for obstacles to happen, because in my opinion, happiness comes from overcoming obstacles and solving problems. And that took me pretty far so far, and I truly believe in that kind of philosophy, and I hope it's gonna take me much further. All right, so I guess I'm gonna close today's live stream right here. I hope you enjoyed this. It was a pleasure as every day, and I hope you liked this new look. I really like the look. Every time I watch the upper screen, I was pretty happy with the results that I saw. So 24 millimeters is the shit. Nice. Thank you so much for watching Benny's live stream episode 16 today. Tomorrow we're going to bring in another special guest, I guess. And on Wednesday, we're going to continue with the song. I'm sure you've been waiting for that to happen, but I'm still not done with the lyrics yet. So I've been shooting a video of that too, which is going to be a produced video as well. So thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope I'm going to see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock Central European Time, as every day. And make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell if you want to be notified for any kind of new videos or new live streams that I want to put out. I schedule all my live streams a couple hours before, and you actually get a notification if I do so. And also, I wanted to play the jingle one more time. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.
It's Benny's live stream. Broadcasting live every night at 9 p.m. Central European Time.
Thank you.